What's up, guys? Welcome back to Soback Sports. Today I'll be previewing the Bears and Cardinals game this upcoming Sunday. And if you're new here, I'll be previewing every game for the rest of the season and hopefully playoffs, so please like and subscribe for more videos like this. So to start off with some notable points, it's a more manageable game for Justin Fields, especially to bounce back from the loss of the Cleveland Browns. And there are significant playoff implications with a win, but it will be very tough down the stretch. So this essentially is a must-win game if we want any chance of us getting into the playoffs. So I will say that this should be a win, but that's for my prediction at the end of this video. But both teams are last in the division, and definitely makes this game a lot more intriguing for Bears fans to essentially see if they can pull off a win as well. The game is at Chicago, which is at home field advantage. Cardinals at 3-11, and could be eliminated from playoff contention with a loss against the Bears. And Bears are also 5-9 and 4-point favorites in this game. Some notable injuries, I will say, are Tevin Jenkins for the Chicago Bears, our offensive tackle, or right tackle to say the least, and that's a huge loss for us, especially for this game, because he has been a key component to our offensive line, and how things are going to be shifted, I don't really know. I think probably Cody Whitehair will be more significant in the role, and kind of, to say the least, the offensive line isn't going to be as strong as the other games were. St. Brown has been out for a while. Foreman and Komet could be potentially missing his first game in his career, and that's kind of crazy to think about because he's been with the team for I think 3 years now, and it's crazy that he's gonna miss. I mean, potentially, but we don't know for sure. It's a game time decision for both Foreman, who has been a really reliable running back for us. Mooney and Jones are healthy, so they'll be in the lineup going forward. In terms of the Cardinals injuries, Cardinals, the main big key injury is Marquise Hollywood Brown, who's a significant weapon for them. Williams, their defensive back, is also out. Hamilton is questionable. Overall, their injuries, there aren't really any new injuries besides Marquise Brown that are significant to the team currently. So I think they should still be okay, but Marquise Brown is definitely a big weapon that they're going to be missing. In terms of rankings, Bears ranked 22nd, Cardinals ranked 24th, so not much of a insane offenses from these two. However, though, there is a stark difference between the ranked 14th defense in the Bears and the Cardinals defense being ranked 25th. And in terms of yards per game and rushing yards, the Bears outrank the Cardinals, the Cardinals outranked the Bears, which is kind of crazy because with the installment of Kyler Murray into the lineup, the numbers are definitely up. However, our defense has been very improved, and we're first in terms of the rush, defensive wise, and I think that's going to definitely negate any opportunity for Kyler Murray to make a play, but you never know nowadays. But I will say that does really help with it. Some keys to win this game, I will say. The passing game needs to be a significant factor. I know this is definitely a very weak defense, and it could be thrown up to be like, oh, this should be an easy win. It should be an easy passing game type of deal, you know? That's definitely not the case. We all have to still treat it as if we're facing the Browns or even like a decent defense. Like the Cardinals literally were toe-to-toe with the 49ers for the first 2 quarters of the game last week. So I will say that we should not be counting them out going forward. We should be fully trying to also use Justin Fields' arm to kind of evaluate him further. That should be the case. Getsy needs to make sure that there's a lot of pass plays and opportunities, disguise coverages, and see if Justin Fields can recognize them and still be able to get the ball out in time I really want to see the ball being thrown. I want to see a lot of anticipation from Justin. I think that this is a good opportunity for him to do that with the Cardinals this week, the Falcons next week, and to set up the final game of the season against the Packers. This is definitely going to be a good momentum game. Defense needs to continue their momentum. That's a big key. I feel like that's been the statement from since we first faced the Detroit Lions, or even in against the Saints. Montez Sweat has still been one of our key defensemen that really brought up this defense back to its glory days of 2018. I felt like I was watching the 2018 Bears when we were facing the Browns, and it was a good Browns team too. At the end, we still lost, but like overall, we need to still call plays to benefit the defense in general. Keep Kyler and McBride from going off. I think if we kind of nullify any opportunity of them making a play, because McBride has been popping up these last couple of games. He's been, whether it's fantasy or even like in the stat sheet, he's been showing that he's been a capable tight end, and proves to be very, very hard to guard nowadays. Kyler with his legs obviously is a big deal, and yeah, just making sure that our rush defense can still maintain that number one ranked defense to kind of stop them. And in terms of our play calling, creative play designs are a must. We need to step away from the screen passes, focus on more play action, more utilizing the running backs more, seeing what we have with Justin Fields in the arm. I think that with all that, it will be very good to see. I do not want to see screen passes. I do not want to see checkdowns. Maybe once in a while that'd be good, but Getsy needs to get his stuff together because he's on a thin rope, I will say, and just no one really wants him to be here next season, including me. Like, I will say that for a fact. So, at the end of the day, playoff draft implications are always going to be there. This is definitely a must-win from here on out. Wins keep us in the playoffs, whereas losses ends our hopes for playoffs. And it does seem with how teams are playing each other that it is going to be a very almost impossible way to get to the playoffs. But I just hope that, if it does happen, it's great. If not, as long as we win out, or as long as we win the games we need to win, I'll be happy to see that. I just want to see if Justin can develop as well. Yeah, it's essentially a win-win either way. And so in terms of my final score predictions, I believe that the Bears win 28-14. I think that's a pretty solid score. I feel like the Bears should take care of business, given that they're put their foot on the gas throughout the game. I think that's it. Yeah, so that's it for this video. Let me know your predictions down in the comments below. I would love to read and see what your take is on this game. Thanks again for watching, and as always, bear down.